Hey, good morning, everybody. Lady Liberty Stacker. It is Friday, March 15th, 2019, and I'm actually out this morning. I'm headed to an early morning dentist appointment for a teeth cleaning, and I always try to pair that with a stop at the thrift store that's around the corner. It's a good little ways. Well, it's a fairly it's a moderate drive, I'll say. It's not a long way, but it's a ways from my house. I don't go there often, and the last couple of times I've been there, I really haven't found that much, but I did go through their CDs, and I found an obscure one, and their CDs are $1 all the time, and their books are $1, and paperbacks are 50 cents, so it's really cheap. And if you find something good, then, you know, it's a great flip. The last time I was there was a couple of months ago, and I found a very obscure CD. I don't know if it was classical music or if it was rock music. I have no idea. I had never heard of it before. It was called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, The Complete Work. It was a 2-CD set, and I picked it up, and it was in great condition, and I thought, you know, and checked the solds on eBay to see what they were going to sell for, what it was going to sell for, and believe it or not, the comps looked pretty good, and I sold it. It took maybe 6 weeks to sell, and yeah, that was close. I'm using my GoPro camera. I have a little stick, not a selfie stick, but it's just like a stabilizer stick where you can grab with your hand. It actually works out really, really well, and I think for filming in the car I might just use this, because I can then use it to record as I go into thrift stores. The stick just makes it super easy to handle and manipulate. But anyways, as I was saying, the thing sold for, I think I had it up for $24.99 or $23.99, something like that, plus shipping. It's a used CD, but believe it or not, if they're obscure and people look for them, they do sell. Now, the real popular stuff, I had one that I thought would have done better. It was Marvin Gaye, and I don't know if you guys know the story. He was a R&B singer back in the 80s, very popular. The song Sexual Healing, he did. Well, I found a CD with that song on it, and I thought that would have sold well, but nah, it's still listed and amongst the many others, and I think I have it up for like $6 plus shipping. Those don't make a lot, but one thing I like about CDs is they are very easy to ship, very easy to list, and they take up almost virtually no room to store. So at any rate, but I try to look for the obscure stuff. Classical music sells well, and just stuff that is out of print, or stuff that you just can't go online and find a bunch of copies of. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So that part is neat. I sell all kinds of stuff, you know, so if I didn't have a variety of stuff in my store, it wouldn't be as active as it is. But at any rate, I just figured I'd give a chat this morning on the way to the dentist. My least favorite place to go. I can't stand it. Oh, and my teeth are so sensitive. They have to put stuff on them, on my teeth, so I can tolerate the cleaning equipment that they use around my gums. So at any rate, I did make a purchase recently utilizing my eBay Bucks offer, so I will be back for you guys on that when that package comes in. And anyway, so I'm hoping to find something good today at that thrift store. Can't wait to get the dental appointment over with, and I will be back. Clothes are $1. They have a sale on clothes today. Smaller thrift shop, but I'll see what I can find. That's interesting. We'll see what we can find. Yeah, all kinds of nooks and crannies in here. Just take a pass through. Sometimes you see stuff. Old scale. Huh. And has always had to ship it. Here's their small media section. Got a couple of CDs. I generally try to look for sealed. Much easier to sell than used. You never know if there's going to be a piece missing. They have a huge book section.
Yeah, this is it today.
Already got a couple of Bibles. I'll show you guys later. Look through the cookbooks here. Okay guys, Lady Liberty Stacker here. I am back. I just wanted to show you my pickups. I have all of these drafts done. I just have to take photos and list these. This is what I found today after the thrift store. They actually had a sale on clothes, but I didn't see anything that was worth my time. And basically that thrift store has a lot of cool stuff, but it's almost like an estate sale in a thrift store. And by that I mean there's a lot of older people that donate things, and when you go to an estate sale, sometimes you see older stuff, you know, older types of clothing like Jones of New York and Talbots and Land's End and brands that were popular years ago, back in the 80s and 90s, that people just don't want as much today. Sometimes Nautica is starting to fall in that category. Tommy Hilfiger's falling in that category. So I didn't pick up any clothes. Didn't see anything that really looked interesting. So I looked at the CDs, and I did get 3. I went through the whole section. This one here is, at first it says, looks like Pink Panther on it. It's a James Galway, I believe it is. He plays the flute, and a Henry Mancini conducting the National Philharmonic Orchestra. This CD actually looks to be like it is quite valuable. And let me try to open it. It's in really good condition. And it is a red label, pressed in Japan. You can see that there. Anything made overseas, Japan and Germany especially, are more valuable. So I have this one up for $19.99 with free shipping for a used CD. That's not bad. So I'm pretty much done with that. This one I thought would be really valuable, but it isn't. I think I have it up for 7 or 8 plus shipping. This is it's actually, I kind of like it. It's a symphonic Star Trek by Telarc Records or Telarc label. And it's by the Cincinnati Pops Orchestra, Eric Kunzel conducting. And this has a compilation of all the songs from the various TV shows and movies for Star Trek, the original Star Trek, The Next Generation, The Generations, and if you're a Trekkie fan, I used to love The Next Generation and the original Star Trek. So I really like this one. An advantage of selling used CDs is you can rip them on your computer and you have music to listen to, which is cool. But yeah, I got that one listed. And then this one was a brand new, steel sealed, The King and I, from the animated feature soundtrack from the 90s, or maybe it's the 80s. Trying to remember. It's got Barbra Streisand on here. I've got this one up for I think $15 or $16, something like that. And not a whole lot of work on CDs. Very simple. I'm just going to go ahead and take a couple of pictures of it and list it. So there you go. And then I found some Bibles, and each item here, guys, was 50 cents each. So I didn't even look up everything. I just figured, for 50 cents, I'll take my chances. And if it's no good, I won't bother listing it. I'll redonate it or whatever. Sometimes it makes sense. I think of it as a lottery ticket. You pick up $1 lottery scratch off, and you may win, you may not. So anyway, this is an old, revised, standard version Bible. It's pretty beat up on the outside. I picked it up. I didn't know what the comps would be, but it has a presentation page filled out. But the rest of it's in really good vintage condition. It's got nice illustrations in here, but I put it up for cheap, $7 plus shipping. And then these two, this is a King James Bible hardback, and it is a New Testament version, which a lot of people just want the New Testament. It's got a ribbon marker and gold tip pages. It doesn't appear to have been used a whole heck of a lot, so I've got this one up, I think for, I can't remember, it's $12.99 or $15.99, but these little pocket ones really sell well. People like them, they're convenient. Here's another vintage one. This is from 1981. It's a New Life, Living New Testament with Psalms and paraphrased. And this one, I don't think it's a red letter. No. This one, I believe, is, let me see. Sorry, I'm holding my GoPro here. It is not, I don't believe, hang on just, and I can't pause my GoPro, so bear with me as I look. And I didn't really have a chance to strap on all the stuff today. No, it's not a red letter, but still, people like these little ones. So those are about $9 to $15 each. And then this one was actually the nice find. This one is a Holy Bible Red Letter Edition. It is a Revised Standard Version from World Publishing Company. So this was published back in 1862. It has a copyright date inside. This is a supple leather cover. It's a zippered cover. Now the zippered cross is gone, but you can pull the end of the chain and it will close up. But it's still very supple. There's no damage inside. It's in real good shape. It's got colored illustrations. This one is red letter. And for those of you that didn't know, the Revised Standard Version was a next descendant from the King James 1611. This one is very, very popular. I would say this one, King James, and the NIV are the most popular when it comes to Bibles, and this one is the red letter. You can see that. So this one, I think I have it up for mid-30s. I put it up for about $34.99 or best offer. These Bibles sell. I had up a King James. I put it up last week. It sold today. So they go very fast. So I like these. They're easy to list. Sometimes there isn't a lot of money in them, but you know what? It doesn't take that much time. And I enjoy picking them up. It's a lot easier to list than clothing, but I have a variety of things in my store to keep things moving along. I've been selling multiple things every day now, and I've been keeping very busy. That's why I haven't been on YouTube so much. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. You'll probably be watching this Saturday or Sunday. I've got to edit it, and I do appreciate you guys watching, and give me a thumb up if you like. Leave a comment below. And go make it a great day.